So God had freed his people from slavery in Egypt. He gave them the 10 Commandments, and then God guided them to the promised land, just as he promised he would. But when the people got there, they sent in spies to see how good the land was. And the spies came back and said, "Oh, this land is awesome." But 10 of the spies, 10 out of 12 said, "Ain't no way we can get in there, though. We cannot conquer." And the other 2 spies said, "Well, yeah, those guys are big and scary, but our God is bigger and scarier. He's got this." But the people chose to listen to the other 10, and they rebelled. They said, "We can't go into the promised land. We'll go back to Egypt. We'll be slaves again." And God was angry because they were rejecting him, and they were rejecting the good gifts that he was going to give them. God said, "I'm going to wipe them out. I'm just going to destroy this people." And Moses, his leader, stood up and he said, "Don't you remember, Lord? You said the Lord is slow to anger, abounding in love, and forgiving sin and rebellion." Oh, God didn't forget. But what was going on was he was giving Moses an opportunity to hold God to his promises. God is slow to anger. Now, that does not mean that there is no discipline. That does not mean there's no consequences for sin. As a consequence, God didn't wipe them out, but he said, "Now you guys have to wait a generation. Everyone who rebelled against me, you're going to die before I give you the promised land. And your kids are going to have the promised land." And God kept that promise because he is slow to anger. What a good thing for us to know that even if we have consequences to our sin, it's not because God is angry with us anymore, but because he is slow to anger.